Mr. MacArthur's looked all over town, but he won't find me now, for I'm off coastward bound, and I'm trading the smog for some fresh salty air, and he'll never catch on that I'm there. I once was his apprentice in a clock-making trade, and the miser made me work for every penny of my wage, till he found he could replace me with a clockwork machine, and he threw me right out on the street. I'm not the type who would grovel and pray that he deign to recant and permit me to stay. So I cursed him and left, and I solemnly swore that he'd pay. Now Mr. MacArthur has very poor eyes, and he never did see me when he left work at night, and once in a while he would forget to check that his workshop back window was closed. No, I'm not a burglar, and I'm no vandal, nor the old man had to suffer, but I wanted something more. I wanted him to feel it and know it was me, and I knew that his clocks were the key. I sat in his workshop, my thoughts running wild. Then it suddenly hit me, and I looked up and smiled, for I knew that I'd have him, and I knew that I'd do it in style. Tell you that clockwork's a powerful thing. There's a terrible strength in those tightly wound springs, and a gentleman's pocket watch stays by his heart, and that's where the damage can start. Now I'm no machine, but I can work when I choose, with hands good as any, when I've something to prove. So I stayed up all night amongst cogs, springs and screws, and I didn't stop till I was through. I rigged up a watch to do more than just chime, and I didn't balk once at the depth of my crime. The most perfect invention that still kept impeccable time. Next week a young man came by to the shop, took a shine to her timepiece and paid on the spot. He wound it, then wore it, and at 6 on the dot, He came to a messy and permanent stop. Now Mr. MacArthur's got blood on his hands, and he barely made bail. He's a ruined man, and surely he knows who his downfall was planned by. It's all worked out like clockwork.